ask you the $64,000 question. You're getting close to what most people would think of as retirement age, and they're getting ready for golf or whatever. Why are you doing all this?
Well, I'm 63 years old, soon to be 64 in a few months, and I'm doing it. The shortest answer is because that's what the Lord's put in my heart.
Okay.
I gave my life to Christ in 1983. I was 33 years old, and when I did that, I said, Lord, from this moment on, I've lived my life the way I want to up to now. Now, from now on, the rest of my life, I want to live according to your purpose and your plan. So if there's anything you want me to do, put it in my heart, and that's what I'm going to do if you give me the strength to do it. Our church is mission-minded, which basically just means that we try to spend much of our effort, much of our money, much of our time, and much of our prayer reaching out, helping people. We found out that when you do that, the Lord takes care of us as we don't worry so much about us and we start trying to care for others. The garden in Cynthiana that was in the first video, that's a community garden. That's free to everyone. They can come once a day and get everything, whatever's there, whatever's available. They're willing to have. We want them to have a day's supply. This garden is going to be primarily for, although we share with everybody, but the primary focus here is to raise the things for my family. My wife and I have 3 children who have 3 spouses and a total of 8 grandchildren.
Yeah.
And so you do the math, that's 18 of us. And so plus along with my associate pastor and his wife and his children, now if I've done the math right, we've got 23 people that we hope to support off of what we're doing here in the greenhouse and what we're doing in the garden. Also, one of the reasons we're doing this on the video is to try to help people to understand that what we're doing is not that difficult. It's hard work in the beginning, but it's not that hard to understand. It's not that hard to do. And the other thing is, I think now, though I'm 63, I think what it'll be like when I'm 73 or 83. And when I watched Paul with his videos and how the Lord helped him in Washington, I realized that here's a man that's so crippled up from service to our nation and the Agent Orange or whatever caused it. He's in such terrible physical shape, and yet he's still able to maintain a huge operation with only his rate. And I'm thinking about things. I'm in much better health, at least I am for now, but I'm thinking of those things, and there's a lot of people that are in my generation. And so we'd like to start something in our generation that it'll pass on to the next generation and the next generation, and unless the Lord comes, which I'm expecting him any time. But if he doesn't, this will be something that'll go on and on and on, and we can leave a legacy for our kids, something a whole lot better than silver or gold. The ability to sustain yourself, growing your own food, eat organic foods that don't have any pesticides and herbicides in them, and so that's what it's all about.
The thing I like about this is that it's self-sustaining. So if our power grid goes down, you're still doing the same thing.
Yeah, Paul says on the video, he tells people that are selling fertilizer and selling the genetically modified seeds and the hybrids. And I'm not on a campaign against that or against anybody. But what I'm for is the ability to equip and empower people to be able to be self-sustaining, not for selfish purposes, but so that they'll have so much abundance, they'll be able to help and reach out to those around us. The greenhouse that we'll be talking about later, and it'll mean a lot more when it's up and you can see it. But the idea in the greenhouse is that we're going to be raising fish, and we're going to be raising the food for the fish in the greenhouse. We're going to be raising duckweed. And duckweed is a highly invasive weed that nobody wants in their lakes, but because it grows 40 times faster than corn. Well, guess what? That stuff that's so easy to grow, tilapia, can live their whole life. It's 40% protein, the duckweed. And so in that greenhouse, if you close the doors, you're using the same water over and over and over. The tilapia can produce tilapia. They'll eat the duckweed that we're growing. As they're growing, they put their waste in the water. The water is pumped up and nourishes the vegetables. the vegetables cleanse the water goes back to the fish. And if you raise heirloom seeds, heirloom plants, and you save the seeds, you don't even have use for the commercial seed people or the plant people. Right. And so hopefully a year from now, the plants that we put in will be plants that we started in the greenhouse.